It's another weekend and another overnight camping trip. Very excited about this trip. I am taking my friend Raj on his very first backpacking trip ever. He's never been overnight camping all foot powered and carrying everything he needs to survive on his back. So we're gonna teach him the ways of the trail. And the other reason I'm super excited is this is the first night I get to sleep in my brand new tent. So because this is Raj's first backpacking trip, we're really taking advantage and dipping down some side trails, leaving our packs up at the top and checking out all these little lakes and streams and meadows and everything else that this area has to offer. Which is cool, because that's a thing I don't usually do. I am fairly single-minded. My buddy Brian calls me the tractor, because I just go and go and go along the trail until we get to where we're going. So it's nice to stop and really appreciate everything these trails have to offer and take these little side trips. So I've walked this trail probably a dozen times, and honestly it never gets old. I find new things to love about it every time I'm out here. But this little meadow in particular, every single time I'm here I think to myself, you know, if I'm gonna see a bear on this trip, this is where I'm gonna see that bear. And I never do. In fact, in all the years I have been out as a backcountry hiker, I have never seen a bear. I'm positive they've seen me, but I have yet to see one. I always hope, every trip, this is the trip where I'm gonna see a bear. It was very, very dry out here this year. Other than the lakes and a couple of ponds, I haven't seen any water. All the creeks are bone dry. That is unusual and a little nerve-wracking if I'm being honest. All right, well, we found our campsite near Glacier Lake. Beautiful little site with some good shade. Got a first field pitch of my new X-Mid tent. I'm really excited about that. And we did all of our camp chores and all that good stuff, collected water and kind of policed the area and picked up other people's trash. I wish that wasn't a thing I had to do. I think, you know, if you've carried something in to a wilderness area, you are perfectly capable of carrying it out. And that does include your toilet paper. I know it's gross, but it's something you gotta do. So if somebody else doesn't have to do it behind you, because I can promise, as gross as carrying your own toilet paper out, it's infinitely worse to carry out someone else's. Raj and I just decided to take a unplanned bouldering expedition up this big chute at the end of Glacier Lake. We didn't really want to go down the way we came, so we found another chute to come down, and then we found a whole nother section of the Glacier Lake Trail that we've never seen. Well, he's never seen any of it, but I've never seen. And I'm pretty excited. I want to figure out where that other piece of trail goes. Why did you decide now that you wanted to go out with me?
I've been thinking about it a lot. Like the stories you tell make me really want to try it. But part of my hesitation was just the fact that you guys go on these like really long hikes. But like, I don't know, it's kind of needed to get out in the wilderness for a little bit, you know?
Nice.
Yeah.
How you liking it so far?
It's fun. I mean, despite the heart-pounding bouldering adventure we had, that was actually pretty fun. I enjoyed it.
Nice. Do you think this is a thing you're gonna keep doing then? Think you want to keep doing this?
Yeah, for sure.
Nice.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Like the hike up here wasn't bad. Like making camp was great.
What are you hoping to learn from me out here this weekend?
Just basic backpacking stuff, I guess, because I mean, obviously this is my first time coming out, and
so things like leave no trace and
yeah.
how to route find and cool.
Yeah. Mostly the route finding. I feel like the leave no trace. I've kind of been ingrained with that with like Boy Scouts and stuff from like earlier in my life.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, let's go make dinner.
Cool. Let's do it.
So I'm kind of excited and a little bit nervous about my meal tonight. I made it myself. I've got dried soup mix mixed in with 2 servings of dehydrated potato. And then I have dehydrated squash and eggplant from my own garden at home. And a pretty healthy heap of nutritional yeast. So this could either be really awesome or really awful. All right, so if I'm being real honest, my meal does not look terribly appetizing. But it smells wonderful, and I'm actually really excited to eat it. My homemade meal was a success. That was really good. I think I may have added too much potato, which is not a sentence I ever thought I'd hear myself say. The squash rehydrated so-so. The eggplant rehydrated perfectly and was absolutely delicious. I think with a little bit of tweaking, I'll be able to make some really good food for myself. The total cost of ingredients to make my own meal for this trip was about $7, and it ended up being 870 something calories. We had the absolute worst camp neighbors last night. They were noisy well into the night, they were messy, had their stuff just kind of strewn all over the campsite, no regard for, bear safety or just trail etiquette in general. And my first reaction was, f these people. They shouldn't be out here. And that's wrong. I was wrong to think that way. And the more I thought about it, laying in my tent, and I think, these are public lands and they should be available to everyone. And maybe those people just didn't know better. Maybe they just didn't have the education to know that that's not how you behave in the backcountry. to no small degree, I think that falls on people like me who blast these places all over social media. So I had to ask, am I doing enough to be an educational resource, to teach people how to behave in these spaces, to teach people about the 7 principles of leave no trace? And if I'm critiquing myself honestly, I'm not doing enough. So that's something I need to change. And rather than immediately and harshly judge people who just may not know better, I need to do a better job. And I challenge anyone else who is putting out this kind of content, who has a YouTube channel or is blasting this stuff all over Instagram or TikTok or whatever, to do a better job. It does fall on us to be advocates for these public lands and to make sure that they're open and available to everyone.